Welcome, everybody, to another Reb Talk. We're going to talk about holding a cup of coffee, but I am going to dedicate it to my friend and Kim's best friend, Captain. So let's see what the cup of coffee has. Reverend Kim.
So Angel Amy sent this email this morning, and I really, really like this. And basically what she brings up is, okay, here's this analogy. You're holding a cup of coffee and someone comes along and bumps into you or shakes your arm and you spill your coffee everywhere. And the question, is why did you spill the coffee? And it says, because somebody bumped into me. Wrong answer. You spilled the coffee because there was coffee in the cup. If you had tea in your cup, the tea would have spilled out. Whatever you have in your cup is what will spill out. Therefore, when life comes along and shakes you, which it will, whatever is inside of you will come out. So we have to ask ourselves, what is in my cup? What is my cup filled with? Is it filled with joy? Is it filled with love? Is it filled with happiness? Is it filled with gratitude? Or is it filled with anger and bitterness and, and all and negative things? And I loved that she sent that, and I loved that analogy of what is in your cup and what will spill out when life happens to jar you. And of course, for me today, there was a lot of sadness. But one of the cards that I pulled this morning, which I thought, there it is compassion. Can't make this stuff up. So I filled my cup today with gratitude and compassion and love and happiness and joy and, yes, sadness. Selfish sadness,
No, we
because
all have to grieve. We all have to grieve in our own way. And the love and the joy will slowly balance out the grief as you remember all the good times.
yes, it's absolutely true. I said, I love the analogy of what's in your cup. And that was, I think you and I talked about this before, years ago. I had a counselor who asked me, was one of my projects was to go out and buy jelly beans. So I went out and I bought these jelly beans and I brought them back and I put them in a jar, and she said, see how your jar is filled with jelly beans. And I said, yes, thank you very much. She said, so here's the analogy with that. You're giving jelly beans to everybody and your jar is going lower and lower and lower. Are you replenishing your jar? You need to replenish your jar in order to be able to give to more, more to people.
Exactly right.
It's the same with this beautiful analogy of the coffee cup. What is in your cup? What are you filling your cup with? And I love that because it's a very simple visual, yet it's very powerful to remind us to fill your cup with things that you want to spill out. Because when you spill these things out, the universe is also paying attention and will also fill your cup with more of the same.
It's funny because when I read it, it just tickled me. And I'm thinking, because, oh yeah, he made me spill it. But why did he make you spill it? And I'm thinking, everyone always has, it's somebody else's fault. It's somebody else's, they're the cause of it. No, what it is, it's showing us we've run out of the Beatitudes. We've run out of what is good. We've run out to compassion, love, and joy. So every time something like that happens to me, or I hear someone say it's someone else's fault, that's the first thing I think, okay, where am I? Am I centered? Am I full? Am I happy? So I can replenish. Same as the jelly beans. The more you do it, the more it's automatic and the more you're spilling out. And that was a joyful reminder,
I love that.
of the coffee because
And
you're
I love
empty.
that when you looked at, you looked, for you, it was an absolute reminder automatically to check in with yourself, which
Yeah.
is amazing, which is amazing. That's how we should be going through our life, is checking in with ourselves when we see something like that. One of the things that we had talked about just a little while ago with Louise Hay is that I am responsible for everything that happens in my life. So again, you're hearing, oh, well, it's their fault. No, not really, not really.
Once you learn that and learn to
Yes.
take that responsibility, you then reverse the role and you have more to give because you're not thinking in the negative, you're thinking in the positive.
Right. And it doesn't matter if your cup is filled with joy and love and happiness and gratitude. It's okay that it spills out. So there's not that, that whatever victim vibe or whatever, oh, they bumped into me, it's their fault, I spilled this in. It's a joyful thing to spill your coffee.
Exactly.
If your cup is filled with joy and love and happiness, it's a good thing that it spills out.
Yes. It's the perfect antidote to this world. It really
Very
is.
much so. Very much so. So with that, everyone, I think we are going to end this session this week, and to thank you all for joining us on another Rev Talk, and to once again remind you to be gentle with yourself and to be kind to yourself, and to remember that you are unique in all the universe. There will never be another just like you in all of space and time. You are powerful, you are cherished, and you are loved. And without you, the song of the universe would be incomplete. Until next time, my friends, be well.
Be well.